because you're expecting somebody to change overnight. You cannot change somebody the minute you meet them. Like this idea that we've put out into society that like you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Yes, you can. It just takes patience.
Oh, wow.
And nobody wants to be patient. So if I see somebody who vehemently disagrees with sort of something that I believe in, it's easy for me to be like, we'll never find common ground, and then just walk away, or to sit down with them and to have more conversation and to see, because more likely than not, there's something that we all can agree on.
Tell us about a moment where you wish you would have said something and you didn't. There's nothing better than this. Say what you mean, say what you mean, say what you mean, say what you mean, say what you mean. Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Aida Rodriguez, and here we are on another episode of Say What You Mean, where people stop by to say those things they wish they would have said and didn't. As usual, I start off with my own Say What You Mean, and this one is a little different. This Say What You Mean is to a friend of mine, was a childhood friend of mine. His name is Delvis Diaz. And I've known him since we were little kids, elementary school. And I used to bully him when we were little kids. And later he became one of my best friends, the godfather of my children, and showed up for me in ways that some of my relatives didn't show up. We haven't spoken in quite some time. So I wanted to just say, Delvis, first and foremost, I'm sorry for being mean, because mean is not the way. I appreciate you, so thank you. I'm sorry, thank you. Thank you for showing up for me numerous times, even through your own losses. And finally, I love you. And I hope that wherever you are happy. All right, moving on. We are here with one of my people. You know, in this town, you have friends, you have family, you have people who are your people that you have these soul ties with. And this is one of these people for me. He is one of the talented stars that if you don't know, you need to know, because you're going to see even more great things from him. He just wrote this movie that I had the honor of being in, but it was just such an amazing feat to watch an actor, you know, producer, writer, just show up in the way that he has. I've been watching him on Barry, watched him on Judas and the Black Messiah. And just the credits just go on and on. But the movie She Taught Love is streaming right now on Hulu, and you can watch that. Please welcome to the show, Darrell Britt Gibson. What's up?
Yo. That was beautiful what you said about Delvis.
Oh, thank you.
Really beautiful.
Yeah, you know, being a comedian, comedy has been so mean. That's not my nature. And I feel like sometimes I like participate in the meanness. And I've suffered from depression far more from becoming a comedian. But one of the things that I wanted to do as I seek to advance in life, I want to be able to hold myself accountable for my own behavior. And I just wanted to be, you know, I wanted to show up. But this ain't about me. This is about you. What's going on with you?
It's about all of us. You know
Hey.
what I'm saying? Don't forget, we all here.
Yeah. How do you feel about words? What do words mean to you?
I think words carry weight, and I think we give them the weight. And so I think it's very important how, you know, I think you got to think about how many words we were given, right? The dictionary holds countless amounts of words, and we pick and choose the ones that we want to use for the particular moment in which we use them. And you do realize how words do become a weapon, but they can also become armor. They can become, you know, they can be love. They can be pain. It can be everything that you want them to be. And I think that we've stopped using words, and we've just started to sort of like, because our words are the thing that we need that connect us to somebody else. But because we don't use words anymore, we're just using sounds. And so if I'm louder than you, then like I'm maybe more right than you are. But we actually haven't said anything to each other. And if we were to actually listen closely enough, we might actually have more in common than we do. So now it's just become a screaming match, right? So I'm screaming at you, you're screaming at me. And then we ultimately are trying to walk away saying that I screamed louder than you. So then I must be right. as opposed to actually sitting down and listening. And in society, what we have done is we've completely pulled the rug from under the idea of conversation.
Yeah.
And conversation is the only thing that will advance us past where we are in this moment, whatever that moment may be for us as individuals. So I think words are important. And I think we need to get back to actually using our words. You know, you say that to a kid, right?
Use
you
your
know,
words.
kids screaming and you say, use your words. As adults, we're just like, we never say somebody, use your words, just let them scream at each other. So like, I would love if we could get back to using our words to create more conversation, because once conversation is lost, we have nothing else.
How important was the use of words when you wrote She Taught Love? Because that movie, the words in the movie are beautiful,
Yeah.
right? There's a lot going on, and there's evolution. And so as a writer, how much do you remember being intentional about scenes and what you were writing?
Oh my goodness, every word, because I remember there's an incredible writer and a friend of mine, Martin McDonough, who wrote 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri. And I remember him telling me, he said,
I love doing that too.
thank you,
Right.
thank you. I remember him saying to me, you know, make every word count. And I realized that so much of this industry we're using certain words and scenes to move something forward
Yeah.
without it actually meaning anything. And it was important for me to make sure every word counts so that everybody who was on that set felt seen, but also know that they were needed. And they deserve to be there, you know? That's why I love your character in the movie so much. And I always tell you, and you're always trying to throw it back at me. And I'm like, no, let's sit in you for a second about your performance in this movie, because you need, if you don't have Gail, then what does the movie, it can't go
That's
to
so
the next
sweet.
space. It just can't. So you have to make sure that when you are making every word intentional, that the people who are portraying these characters, you have to give them life. You know, give them purpose, give them reason. I never want to write something and create something where somebody comes to set and they think they're just doing a job. I want them to actually know that they are important, that if they are not here, this thing doesn't move forward. And the way that I'm able to do that as a writer is with my words.
I appreciate you. You did do that, and you did show up in all of our faces to remind us you were doing, you know, the Lord's work. you was like there. You know, you special. You you kind, you special, you was
But I
important.
only say it because I mean it.
No,
I'm not
I
somebody-
know,
yeah,
but you still
yeah,
did it.
yeah.
I've been on plenty of sets where there was nobody who cared about my self-esteem in the moment. And so, okay, so this is a love story, right?
Yeah.
Which is very important, Black love on the screen, because like when we think about Love and Basketball, and we think about Love Jones, and we think about Brown Sugar, we're talking about decades ago now. We're not talking about current movies. What made you decide, you know, I'm gonna write this movie, this love story now? Because I mean, I feel like it was very necessary, but what was the impetus for you?
I think looking back on a lot of those classic films, I mean, there is parts of it that are about my real life. My
Okay.
ex-girlfriend, her sister had breast cancer, and I didn't really understand when she was diagnosed how I fit into this new reality of hers. And I remember her saying to me, like, I need you to be who you are because everybody's acting different around me. And there was this sort of idea of when I would see her sister for the first time, that I would see this person who's sick and she's going to be different, and I don't know how to handle being around her. And I see her, she's got the biggest smile, and she's just the same person, the same beautiful, exuberant person that she's always been. And I remember thinking to myself, oh, Hollywood has lied to me about this idea of what it is to deal with sickness, especially in women, and even more so women of color.
Yeah.
You know, this idea that a man has to come save a woman is ridiculous to me, because women have saved my life. And I said, if I ever get the opportunity to write something and it be in this space, I would make sure that I would put her first. That's why it's called She Taught Love, not He Learned Love. It's why she's the lead of the film, because it's her film, you know, and making sure that every woman in the film understands their importance in the film and in telling this story. And I think also about like vulnerability in men.
Yeah.
Because I think it was something, because I think a lot of those classic films, I love all those films that you've mentioned, but there are parts of it in a rewatch where you realize that the men are very toxic in those films.
Oh, I see the TikToks.
Yeah, I haven't even seen
They
them.
be
'Cause
killing Love and Basketball.
well, no, it's crazy because it's like these are classic films, but it's like the men are toxic throughout the film, and yet at the end they still win.
Yeah.
He gets to be at courtside.
That sounds like real life.
Yeah, but it's like, but like we can change that reality.
Yeah.
You know? And so I can have a film where like a man and a black man makes mistakes, but is able to be accountable for those mistakes. You know, able to be vulnerable, is able to be, to look inward. You know, a lot of times in these films, it's sort of just like, it feels like nobody is internalizing anything. And be able to have those moments in a film, it just feels very important that can create more conversation, you know?
I love that. I love the evolution of the characters, because a lot of times they go from point A to B, but there's no evolution in the human experience. It's like, I need you, I miss you, I love you, but you don't see the process to get there, and it kind of feels like flat a little bit.
Well, that's because a person goes. Another friend of mine told me that a character in a film doesn't go from A to Z, but in film that's mostly what we do. You go from A to Z, but in real life you go from like A to 8.1.
Yeah, damn.
And that's a drastic change in a person.
Damn,
right?
I thought you was gonna say B, but
you can't,
you
though,
put
because
37 steps
that's
before
what I'm saying.
B.
Yeah, it takes a lot to get to B. You know what I'm saying? But like we don't allow ourselves to examine the what it looks like to get to 8.1, because you're expecting somebody to change overnight. You cannot change somebody the minute you meet them. Like this idea that we've put out into society that like you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Yes, you can. It just takes patience.
Oh wow.
And nobody wants to be patient. So if I see somebody who vehemently disagrees with sort of something that I believe in, it's easy for me to be like, we'll never find common ground, and then just walk away, or to sit down with them and to have more conversation and to see, because more likely than not, there's something that we all can agree on.
Why you didn't run for president?
I should have.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
A reality star
No, like,
did.
for
Why
real.
not an
Like,
actor?
they've talked about me running for office. I'm not even, it's a real thing only because like, I know that I'm more, and it sounds crazy here, but if it ever happens, y'all go back to this podcast and remember, this is where it all started. But it is a thing where it is like who's actually talking to anybody about anything.
Yeah.
Like, you know, people don't even look at each other in the eyes anymore. We don't have real conversations. And again, I know it's like sort of spinning the block on it, but I'll spin the block as many times as I need to if it means that we're going to start talking about having real conversations. You know what I'm saying?
That's beautiful. Also, I just want to give a couple of shout outs from the film. I think Nate did an amazing job.
It's incredible.
It's aesthetically beautiful.
Incredible.
The visuals were just bananas, and
ridiculous.
He's so talented.
First time too.
Yeah.
And you would never know.
Well, I watched those videos that he did for Toby and Nicolay, and green is my favorite color.
Yeah,
so
yeah. That
those videos
crazy,
always. And then Arsema.
Oh my God.
That, you know, I said I was gonna find out about these rumors about this love affair that is happening. Like, I watch y'all on social media, and I saw y'all at the movie theater, like huddled up.
Yeah.
So what's good?
I love her. I do. Like and it's not like a secret. Like I love her, but like it's okay for me to love her in the space that I love her in, and for her to love me back in the space.
Actors.
But it's like,
no, I'm joking.
That's
an artist.
Actor, yeah.
That's so Basquiat.
Yeah. I love her.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? No, but it's like, it's in a love story. I think a lot of times the love stories that we've watched and love so much, if you really dig deep enough, you can tell that like it was a performance, and that's okay. And I always say that like for a love story, if I knew that I would have to dive deep into, like I think the deepest parts of the ocean, what lies right beyond that is this space that I call the blue, right? And so as an actor, I had to go to the blue, but I could never ask her to go there with me. She just had to be there, or she
jumped in
there.
that right there with you. I
She
saw
did.
it. I saw it.
But that's what I'm saying, though. But that's the beauty of it. I opened my eyes and she was there.
Yeah, it
you know
was
what I'm saying?
beautiful.
And I love her, and I love her for that, and I love her for many other reasons. I think that she's one of the most spectacular human beings
Oh,
on this earth.
like you about to make. I love her too.
No,
She's
she's
our
incredible.
forever Lady Danbury and Queen Charlotte, and she's an amazing talent.
Yeah, she
and
is.
just working with her was. She's a generous actor.
Yeah.
She was
Oh,
so
she's
thoughtful when we were going through our scenes and how she showed up for me.
as talented as an actor that she is. She's a better person.
I don't know her
Yeah.
like that though.
Yeah, but she loves you.
No, I love her
She
too.
loves you. She's like, oh man, Aida, like she wanted to be here to do this, but she's in
I know
Thailand
she's
filming.
booked another
Yeah,
movie.
she's out of
in
there.
Thailand.
Out of there.
So is there a moment you can remember where you wish you would have said something and you didn't?
No. And the only reason I say that is because if I were to say yes, I'm now I might not be where I am now, because whatever I wish I would have said would have changed the trajectory of my life in whatever way it would have, and I wouldn't be where I am now. And I'm so thankful and I'm so blessed to be in this space that I am now, and living in the present moment, in the now. It's the coolest thing in the world, and I'm so thankful to be living in the now. So like, I'm good on that rear view.
Oh, I appreciate that's why he booked Barry and I didn't. Because I don't know how to not hold it back. So is there, what about the reverse? Are there some things that you said that you wish you would not have said?
Something, I mean, again, it's sort of like, it's revisionist history. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like, I'm sure I have said things to people that have hurt them. Nobody in this room is absolved from having hurt somebody that they care about or that they love. And you're like, wow, if I would have done X, Y, and Z differently, like what would the outcome have been? And who knows? You know what I'm saying? God knows, we don't know, but it's sort of like, if I were to live in that space, I haven't really allowed myself the freedom that I so enjoy in where I am now. And so I don't think about the things I wish I would have said, or the things I could have said, or what I could have done, or what I could have, you know what I mean? It's just sort of like,
That's an
shoulda,
interesting
woulda,
take,
coulda.
though. It's revisionist history. Like
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I think I do know that you are very intentional with your words,
Yeah.
and you show up in a very different way. I've been cold on a set before and felt really alone, and I didn't feel that way when I was on She Taught Love. I didn't feel that way when I came in and read for you and the director and the other
But
producer.
can I ask you a question?
Sure.
This is a real question, because I've been around you enough times, and I want to ask this question. And do you know how special you are?
Oh, snap.
No, but like for real. Like, I'm like, not for real, because I've been around
I've been
you
trying to
enough.
figure it. I've been trying to get there, but I appreciate you.
What do you think holds you back from?
I don't know. I think we done turned into a different show. This is therapy now. I think
it's all right.
I really appreciate that. You know what it is? I think there's a lot of trauma. There's a lot of not just childhood trauma. Like you and I talked about this when we went to dinner last week. It's I think it's about sometimes being around the people who are familiar to you, that they kind of re-traumatize you. And I haven't learned how to disassociate myself from that yet. And I know that you are intentional about that. And I know because I see the people that you roll with, and everybody is. I never been in a huddle like that where all of y'all were like, yo, that, like, but it was genuine.
Yeah.
And I think that I just learning how to, I don't know, this business constantly tells women, especially in comedy, that they're not special, especially women of color who have something different to say. But white girls who all say the same thing are geniuses. And then we are framed as being maybe angry and like in any other thing, you know? But I think being
Who is the they though? Who are these people who tell you that?
the comments that we get from,
Bookers and
representation,
like,
bookers, like, I mean, some of the things they've shared emails with me that bookers have said things about me that made me like really sad and upset, because I'm thinking I'm doing something. Because I really do, I'm a freedom fighter. Like I've been that. My mom told me I've been like that my whole life. This is not new. So it just feels, sometimes it's exhausting, and it's hard to feel special in a place where what they're telling you special is so different from you.
But don't you have an incredible special out? I've seen it.
Oh, thank you.
I'm just, but I'm
Thank
saying,
you. I
like,
appreciate
so
that.
when you first got into comedy, right? Whenever you first got into comedy, if you could sit down and look that version of yourself in the eyes and tell them, yo, you're gonna have a crazy successful special out, would you not feel something different than you might feel now if you don't have that idea of like who you're going to be and who you are versus like where you are?
Well, I think Darrell came here to do some therapy, and now.
No, I'm just
I
like for
appreciate
real.
it.
Like I'm think about that.
Listen, I'm learning to receive it.
Yeah.
Because but I guess that this is very in line with Say What You Mean.
Yeah.
I really do appreciate that. I think it is important to, you just messed my head up right now.
No.
I just, the other thing is I think I just keep going and working. I don't really look up. And I think that a lot of us do that. People of color, children of immigrants, Black American people, we just do labor and labor and labor, and we just show work and work and work. And because we didn't get celebrated, like we had to do astronomical stuff to get a celebration for somebody who, you gotta kill the 400 and the that just finished it gets a trophy, and it's just a very different reality. So I think it's important I received this. Thank you.
And thank you for allowing me to be here to tell you that.
I appreciate that.
Because I think it's really important, and I hope you know that, like for real.
You got Vanessa over there crying.
Yeah, no, it's real.
Yeah, she did it for me right now because she know if I cry, it's over. I'm gonna be crying for the rest of the day. So I'm gonna share a story with you, and I'm interested in your take because I know the people send stories in, and then it's called the Shoulda Kept That segment.
Oh, I like that.
And then you tell me what you think about it. Okay. My girl's grandmother passed away, and she was really heartbroken. We had only been together a few weeks, but I didn't want her to be alone, so I went to service. It was a weird way to meet your girl's family. Everything was going fine until she asked me to walk to the casket with her and the family. I went reluctantly. Her grandmother had the biggest I have ever seen. In my head, I said, those are some old, nice old. Apparently, I didn't say it in my head. The rest of the service was very awkward.
Oh my goodness. That's a. You could have kept that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could have kept parts of it. You know what I'm saying? But like, if voicing that has helped them to not hold on to something, you know what I'm saying? Like it might be because it might have come out at the wrong moment. Like that could be the wrong moment, but it could have happened at an even worse moment. So like, but you maybe hold on to that one.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's a good tuck away for.
I was gonna say, when would be the right time to
never,
check?
but like
if she was alive, you'd be like, "Hey, you trying to smash my grandma?"
Yeah, it's crazy. But you might have made grandma feel good about herself.
Aww,
you know what I'm saying? Like tell people I don't know.
I don't know. It depends on the grandma.
That's true.
My grandma would reach for her gun.
Yeah. Start shooting.
She'd be like, "Get this pervert out my house." I don't know about that one.
Yeah. That's a tough one. I don't know what you think.
I mean, I mean, have you ever been to a Latin funeral? Like,
yeah, I have.
You know how traumatic and dramatic they can be.
Yeah.
It's the same people of color. They flying, Lord, I'm falling on the floor. I don't know where there would be an opportunity for but you might get jumped.
Yeah.
You say something like that about.
That's crazy. That's a very free person.
Yeah.
They're like almost too free, but it's like it's better to be too free than even a little imprisoned.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this segment is called "Say It With Your Chest."
Okay.
And it's just to get you know you a little bit better. Okay. Just some of these what do you call it? It's a lightning round. Just some questions. Smash or pass drive-in theaters?
Oh, I love a drive-in theater. Yeah, like I just the idea of it is cool. Like it's an execution, the sound, all that other stuff. But it's just like there's something the intimacy of it. You really get to experience a film, like you're intentionally experiencing a film with people that you want to experience
I
it
love
with.
that.
It's a movie theater, you're experiencing it with that person or those people, but everybody else.
Yeah.
You're like, it's sort of like your own private little party.
No, for sure. If Vanessa would have saw Wicked at a drive-in
Oh,
theater,
what? Yeah.
they wouldn't try to fight 10-year-olds.
Yo, he was
They
in
were
there
like,
fighting
"We gonna beat
10-year-olds
these
with
10-year-olds."
singing out loud and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is not a sing-along, people. The people have been watching it. Would you rather, if you had your druthers, would you rather do a play or a movie?
I'd love to do a play. People want me to do theater.
I think you'd be great.
Yeah, the only thing about theater for me is that it doesn't change enough, and I think that in film, there are people who say that like, I'm not here to argue which discipline is tougher, but people say, well, in film, you don't get another chance. In film, you get another chance, and in theater, like you don't. And I think it's actually the reverse of that. Because in theater, like you have a bad night, you got another night tomorrow. In film, if we've moved on from that location, there's nothing I can do. I can't say, hey, can we build back the set to get that scene again? It's a wrap.
And you see that. You
Every
see it in
day.
films.
Yeah, every day.
How old were you when you did your first artistic performance?
I don't. My mom would tell you I came out the womb performing.
Oh, is that right? Hey.
Yeah, but I didn't know what I was doing with it. You know what I'm saying? I was just like I was probably trying to get out of trouble.
Yeah.
Like I did a lot of performing to get out of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, like I set that on fire, but look at this, Mom.
Yeah.
And she's like, pow, you know what I'm saying? So I've been performing for a while. I just started to get paid for it more recently.
That's great. That makes that I always think of Gator in Jungle Fever. Like, I'll dance for you, mama. Like it always is like it's the little boy in South Central. Do that dance for your mama. It's always a good way to get out of it. Fight or flight. 3 Spirit airline employees.
3 Spirit, fight or flight, like.
You throwing hands or what?
With Spirit, I was on a. Let me tell you something. Spirit is like an experience. You know what I'm saying? Like when I didn't have it, I took a Spirit flight, and I can't make this up. I'm sitting there. I even got a video of it, and I'm sitting there, and like it's not many other people around, and then like a bird flew onto the little Spirit sign and just waited, and I'm like, dog, me and this bird, like a real actual bird. The bird knew to go to a Spirit and be like, they'll probably let me on. Because it's Spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, I'm thinking like this is like Spirit is like it's like Survivor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They
like,
went
it's the Hunger
bankrupt
Games.
though. I think
Did they really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Light a candle for Spirit. Because that was an experience for sure.
If you could say something to your favorite teacher, what would it be?
Wow. Probably, probably thank you for believing in me. And them believing in me was basically them saying that I would never make it.
Oh, snap. Yeah.
To me,
Okay.
that's belief in me. And because it was not like, I don't look at it from this angry standpoint of like, oh, you should have, I wouldn't. No, it's like you didn't think, like you believed in me enough to tell me that I wouldn't make it. And I love you for that.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like
you don't even want to say their name.
Nah, because I've
love
had
it.
great teachers like who have guided me, you know what I'm saying? But like, and ultimately like the greatest teacher I've ever had has been God and my mom.
Yeah,
so like, you know what I'm saying? And
okay.
they always believed in me. But if we're talking about like a school teacher, like, yeah, like thank you for like believing in me and like, you know what I'm saying? And I mean that from like a genuine, I've done so much healing and I am only able to say that I'm healed because I'm still in the process of healing.
You are goals.
Yeah, I'm trying. You
I'll
know?
be like,
Yeah, but that's okay though, because it's like that's the thing is like that's an energy that like they don't feel your hatred for them.
No, I
So now
know.
you carry the hatred for two people, the hatred you have for them in the self, and then what they've turned their back on you, so they don't care. So now you're holding two things on you that you could just release both of them.
you sound like her husband. That's great. What's next? What are you doing next? What's
What am I
next?
doing
for you?
next? We're still promoting She Taught Love.
That's right.
Gonna do like we want to do like a college tour next year just to get it
nice.
to show the whole world. And I've got a bunch of stuff that I've written, a bunch of stuff that I don't think I'm allowed to talk about, or they're gonna send. I don't know.
No, I
to
get
get
you.
me. But it's a lot of exciting stuff, more stories to tell. just yeah. I mean, but really, She Taught Love is like the focus
That's
of
what we're
it because
focused on right now.
it's a movement, not a movie, and a
Yes.
movement lasts
Hey,
forever. A
that's
movie
right.
might last for the year that it comes out.
Okay. And how can people find you?
I don't want to be found.
Oh,
No, I'm kidding. It's all good. I'm not on social that much. You know what I'm saying? But like,
you got to go to Arsema's page.
yeah,
to see
if you
you.
want to see me, go to Arsema's page. And
Is it
how you-
Arsema? Okay.
Arsema, yeah,
Arsema's page.
Yeah. But my IG is what is it? I'm asking you, like, you got my.
It's,
no, I'm kidding. Oh yeah, Chip Sheridan.
No, it is.
Yeah, ChipSheridan. I know that's crazy, but there's a good story about that.
I was talking to somebody about you, and they were like, "You talking about Chip?"
Yeah, people call me Chip. So what
Yeah.
happened was the man I'm named after, my mother's brother, who was shot and killed by police. He always wanted to be in entertainment, and acting and music. And I started making music, and his middle name was Sheridan, and his nickname was Chip off the old block. So I put them together, and I said everything that I do, his spirit will flow through me. So I don't get nervous on set. I don't get nervous in auditions because he takes over.
That's
You know what I
lovely.
mean? So yeah.
You one of these real artist people, though. It's
Yeah.
like, I don't think, like some people perform it,
Yeah.
but this is really who you are. I've sat with
Yeah.
you, and I know that that's your spirit for real.
It's just what it is. I don't really have like, I get paid to act. So when you meet me in real life, you meet me.
That's right. Hey,
Yeah.
you just came here and just dropped all kinds of like, just throw the microphone on the floor on your way out.
Nah,
like
these
you just
cost
like,
money. I ain't
He
gonna
was
do
like,
that.
that's revisionist history. I thank you for being here. I
Thank you for
appreciate
having me, for
No.
real. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
And congratulations on the success of this. This is like, this is going to be a huge podcast. So don't ever sit in that thing and thinking about like how you got, like, this is like, be patient with it. It's the old dog teaching the new tricks that we talk, like everything needs patience. Like be patient with it. This thing's going to go crazy.
Thank you. I received that.
Yeah.
I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for always sharing time with us here at Say What You Mean. We want to invite you to follow us on social media at SWYM Pod on all social media platforms. If you are listening, please hit the subscribe button if you're on Spotify or Apple. If you are watching, please hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to give us your rating and your review, and we will see you next time on Say What You Mean.